Bharat. You have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, sir. I'd like to thank the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee and its members for their well-presented, well-outlined report that has been presented to the House. It is a report of all government ministries ending 31st July 2016, sir. I note that 36 reports are completed. The 36 audited reports have been completed, sir, and included in this report. Out of these reports, there are 23 reports that have clean audit opinions or qualified opinions, unqualified opinions, and that there are 13 reports that are qualified. A lot of speakers this morning have addressed the continuing problems or the findings of the Auditor General's report for all government ministries, year in, year out. However, I'd like to commend the chairperson of public accounts in the fact that he included, just as I said yesterday, he included in the report that they noted that serious considerations have been taken to implement the recommendations in the audit findings. As such, there is increasing number of audited accounts which are classified as unqualified, sir, which means there is improvement in how ministries have undertaken to ensure that the findings, the weaknesses in the Auditor General's accounts are implemented to improve the system. Be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to, in particular, speak on the report in regards to the Ministry of Tokay Affairs, sir. This is located on page 37 of the PAC report. I note the continuing concerns for the delay in the audit of the accounts of the provincial councils and the Tokay Affairs Board. I note, Mr. Speaker, sir, the strategies that are outlined on that page. I'd like to just enlighten the House, Mr. Speaker, sir. These strategies are the same strategies that were adopted and approved by the Fijian Affairs Board then, in 2005-2006, in their effort to update the backlog of the audit of the provincial councils and the Fijian Affairs, or now Tokay Affairs Board accounts, Mr. Speaker, sir. All the strategies were implemented. The accounting system was overhauled. The accounting policies, the accounting manual was recommended by the firm of Pricewaterhouse. That was implemented, sir. The provincial treasurers were undertaken training to ensure that they're able to prepare accounts and to also prepare for the audit of accounts. And the platform was set for all these outstanding audits to be completed, sir, by 2008. But this did not see the light of the day because the legally elected government was removed in December 2006. The platform was set by the Fijian Affairs Board, the Tokay Affairs Board, small committee, the audit committee, together with the Office of the Auditor General, to ensure that all outstanding audits were completed by 2008. It is unfortunate that those who came after us did not see it fit or proper to review the outstanding resolutions of the Tokay Affairs Board. They would have noted the plan that was in place. And if they had implemented that plan, sir, we would not have this horrendous number of outstanding accounts, audited accounts, unsubmitted annual accounts from the provincial councils and the Tokay Affairs Board. That work was not carried out. Instead, there was this move to investigate Fijian institutions. To date, Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm not aware that a report has been tabled in this Honourable House. The result of the investigations into Fijian institutions, or for that matter, the cost that the government incurred to undertake that investigation, It is most unfortunate, sir. And as some speakers had raised this morning, government had changed the retirement years for civil servants, which included Fijian Affairs. Those officials that had institutional memory, who were trained to prepare accounts, who understood the importance of maintaining the official records, investment records, etc., were retired. The other problem, the ministry, the Fijian Affairs, had to move from the NLTB building to the office complex in Remba. I'm not sure the people who were there at that time, whether they understood the importance of ensuring that all key records were transferred from the NLTB building to the office of the Mbosaleva Kuranga complex. So all this contributed to the continuing problem. But nevertheless, sir, I am happy to see that the strategies are there, done in 2005, 2006. We had to move from the manual accounting system to semi-automated to fully computerized system. We had the wind-bridge system. Treasurers were trained. Policies were prepared. The stage was set to ensure that all this outstanding work was completed in 2008, but it did not happen. But I note that they are redoing all that was done, but for good reasons. I myself would like to see one day that all these outstanding audited accounts, remain outstanding audited accounts for the Fijian administration are completed, given to the PAC for scrutiny and tabled in the House. I am looking forward to that, sir. The other section that I would like to raise a few points on, Honourable Speaker, is the Office of the Audit of the Prime Minister's audit report. I'd like to, in particular, raise 1.6, paragraph 1.6 on page 23, sir. Anomalies noted in the Mahogany Industry Council Trust Fund account. I would like to begin my contribution this afternoon by saying that Mahogany Industry Council was one of those councils that was put together by the interim government way back, beginning from 2007. The Mahogany Industry Council. It included the land bank, which followed the Suffolk Area Decree in 2010. All these proposed reforms by the interim government were not fully prepared and developed. By that I mean, sir, for example, the Mahogany Industry Council. This council was empowered. There was so much powers given to this council. It even had the power to direct the NLTB in regards issuance and renewal of leases, including lease payments, the rate of lease payments. It also included the fact that, I'm trying to look for this decree, which I cannot find at the moment. That decree, Mr. Speaker, sir, noted that one of the objectives of the council, this is, I'm talking about the Mahogany Industry Council, the aim was to achieve a fair return to landowners for the mahogany timber on the land. It is most unfortunate to read the anomalies that have been brought up in the Public Accounts Committee report on the failure to reconcile the Mahogany Industry Council Trust Fund accounts. Some of the findings read, the OPM, Office of the Prime Minister, does not have standard operating procedures on the use of the trust fund. Monthly reconciliation was not performed, etc., etc. It comes down to the fact that whilst these councils, these bodies were formed by the interim administration at that time, they did not ensure that all the processes, all the policies were likewise developed to ensure the proper Mahogany Industry Council. It has been given too much powers. There is little benefit. I say little. Some benefits have trickled down to the mahogany landowners, but there could be more, sir. and the work should begin from a review of the Mahogany Council, of the Mahogany Decree, which is now an Act of 2014, sir. There are a lot more that I can speak on this topic, but I will end there, Mr. Speaker, sir. Those are the two issues that I wanted to highlight this afternoon. The fact that work is now continuing to ensure that the backlog audit is in the Fijian administration. I applaud that, and I'm looking forward to the day when all audited accounts with the Fijian administration will be completed. The other issue that I've just completed is the Mahogany Industry Council. Accounts is maintained with the Office of the Prime Minister, but even in reading through the report, I noted that accounts was being juggled between the Office of the Prime Minister, the Ministry of Enterprise, Ministry of Economy, etc. So I don't really know when it started, which ministry was administering this important resource for native Fijians, the first people of this nation, mahogany, which people had high hopes would be able to benefit through the processing and value-added processes for which government or this council was entrusted to do. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the opportunity given to me today.